All right, let's talk about getting more out of your crypto. I mean, who doesn't want that, right? You're always on the lookout for that next edge, that way to make your assets really, really work for you. Well, today we're taking a deep dive into the Renzo protocol. It's a project that's all about supercharging your yields through this pretty new concept called restaking. So yeah, let's get right into it.
I mean, this is the big question, right? You've got your ETH staked, it's doing its job securing the network, you're earning a nice little yield, but what if that wasn't the end of the story? What if you could take that same staked ETH and put it to work all over again, earning a whole other layer of rewards on top? Sounds pretty good, huh? Well, that's exactly the idea behind this whole new world of restaking. It's a seriously powerful concept. The whole point is to layer extra yield right on top of the staking rewards you're already getting. And the big player, the protocol that really kicked this whole thing off, is a project called Eigenlayer. Okay, so let's talk about this restaking revolution. The power and the problems of Eigenlayer. Because look, to really get what Renzo's doing, you've got to understand the foundation it's built on. And that foundation is Eigenlayer. It's the engine driving this whole thing, so let's start there. So what exactly is Eigenlayer? Think of it like this. You've already staked your ETH to help secure Ethereum, right? Eigenlayer lets you take that same stake and use it to help secure other networks and protocols too. These are called actively validated services, or AVSs for short, and in exchange for helping them out, and taking on a little more risk, you get paid even more rewards. It's a pretty brilliant way to make your capital do double duty. But, and there's always a but in crypto, isn't there? There's a catch. Trying to use Eigenlayer directly is, well, it's not for the faint of heart. For starters, the gas costs on Ethereum mainnet are just brutal for every single transaction. Then you have to figure out which AVS operators to trust and delegate to. It's a total headache. Honestly, you need some serious technical chops to even try to optimize your rewards and manage all the risks. It's practically a full-time job.
So, what are you supposed to do? This massive complexity basically puts up a huge wall for the average person. It's a classic crypto story, right? We get this incredible new tech, but it's so complicated that most people can't actually use it. So, how do you get access to all those juicy rewards without all the pain?
All right, here we go. Renzo, your gateway to restaking. This is all about simplifying access to those higher yields. And that is exactly where Renzo steps into the spotlight. It's basically the simple on-ramp, the gateway that was built to solve all those problems we just talked about.
That's it. That's the whole pitch right there. Renzo's entire reason for being is to take all that complexity, the crazy gas fees, the who do I delegate to problem, the risk management nightmare, and just hide it. They abstract it all away so that anyone can tap into those powerful Eigenlayer yields in just a couple of clicks.
Okay, so let's get a bit more specific. What is the Renzo protocol technically? Well, it's kind of two things in one. First, it's a liquid restaking token, an LRT. That just means you get a token back that you can use in DeFi, so your capital isn't totally locked up. But second, and this is the really important part, it's a strategy manager. That's the magic sauce. It's the thing that makes all the hard decisions for you. I love this analogy. It makes it so clear. Think of Eigenlayer as this powerful new capability you have. Like, you can rent out your home's security system to protect your neighbors' houses too. Super powerful, right? But also super complex to manage on your own. Now, Renzo is the property manager. You just give them the keys and they handle all the annoying logistics. They find the best tenants, they manage the contracts, they collect the rent. You just sit back and get the benefits without any of the hassle. Simple as that.
Okay, so how does this actually work? Let's get practical. How do you use Renzo, and what's the deal with its token EasyEth? Because that's really the key to the whole thing. The whole process is designed to be super, super simple. Step 1, you take your regular ETH, or even a liquid staking token like STETH, and you deposit it into Renzo. That's your part done. Step 2, Renzo's strategy manager, that smart property manager we talked about, instantly gets to work. It automatically delegates your assets to a whole bunch of the best AVS operators out there. And then step 3, bam, you immediately get a token called EasyEth back in your wallet. It's that fast. So this Easy Ether token, what is it?
Well, you can think of it as your liquid receipt. It's your proof of deposit, representing your claim on the ETH you put in, plus all the rewards it's earning. And not just the regular staking rewards, but all those extra eigenlayer rewards too. And here's the best part. All those rewards just automatically compound. The value of your Easy Ether just keeps going up over time. No need to claim, no need to restake. It's all done for you.
Okay, so you've got this Easy ETH token in your wallet. What's the big deal? What can you actually do with it? Well, first off, just by holding it, you're earning all those complex restaking rewards with zero effort. That's a win. Second, it's fully liquid. You're not locked in. You can trade it, sell it, whatever you want, whenever you want. And third, this is where it gets really interesting for all you DeFi fans. You can take that Easy ETH and plug it into other DeFi protocols, like Pendle, and earn even more yield on top. That's the beauty of DeFi composability right there.
All right, let's zoom out a bit. We know Renzo makes restaking easy, but where does it live in the bigger crypto world? Let's talk about the chains it's on, who's backing it, and who it's up against.
And this is pretty smart. Renzo isn't just stuck on Ethereum mainnet with those high gas fees. They've gone multi-chain to meet people where it's cheaper and faster to operate. So yeah, they're live on Arbitrum and a bunch of other L2s. But what's really interesting is they've even jumped outside the Ethereum bubble and now support restaking on Solana. That's a big move.
Look, Renzo is definitely not the only player in this game. The liquid restaking race is absolutely on fire right now. And its biggest rival, the one you always hear it compared to, is Ether.fi. They're both huge and they both do similar things, but there's a key difference in philosophy. Renzo really doubles down on being that pure strategy manager. Their whole brand is about making it completely 100% hands-off for you, the user.
And you always got to ask, who's putting money behind this? Well, you've got some serious heavy hitters backing Renzo. The seed round was led by Maven 11, but look at this list. You've got Binance Labs, OKX Ventures, Figment. These are big, big names in the space. When you see that kind of money and support, it's a pretty strong vote of confidence from the industry.
Okay, so far it sounds great, right? Easy yields, big backers, but we all know there's no free lunch in DeFi. Higher yields always means higher risk. So to give you the complete picture, we need to talk about the risks, the red flags, the challenges and controversies. And this comment right here from Reddit, it gets right to the heart of one of the biggest scares. There was an incident where the market got really choppy and Easy actually lost its peg to ETH for a bit. It depegged. And that, as this user says, was pretty scary. Why? Because at the time, there was no way to just withdraw your ETH directly from the protocol. Your only way out was to sell Easy ETH on the open market. So when the price dropped, people felt trapped. It really highlighted how badly a native unstaking feature was needed. So market risk is one thing. But what about the code itself? Is it actually secure? I mean, we're talking about protocols with billions, with a B, billions of dollars locked up. The smart contract security has to be absolutely ironclad. So let's see what the security audits found. Okay, so this audit from Code for Marina in May of 2024, it definitely turned up some stuff. They found a high-severity issue where the withdrawal process could actually be exploited by what are called MEV bots. These are basically hyperfast trading bots that can front-run your transactions and steal value. Not good. They also found medium-level risks, like the system that checks the price of assets could break and start using old, stale prices. Now, the team has worked on fixing these things, but it's a huge reminder of just how insanely complex this technology is under the surface. And last, but definitely not least, we have to talk about regulatory risk. And this one's a biggie. This is a direct screenshot from Renzo's own terms of service. It says it, plain as day, the services are not offered to U.S. persons. This isn't fine print. It's a huge deal. If you're in the US, this is something you absolutely positively need to know before you even think about interacting with the protocol. So what's the takeaway here? On one hand, Renzo offers this incredibly simple, almost magical way to get some of the best yields in all of DeFi. It's so tempting. But on the other hand, it's built on these brand new interlocking layers of technology, and every single layer adds its own risk. You've got market risk, smart contract risk, centralization risk, the list goes on. It really makes you stop and ask the big question. Is this kind of liquid restaking the brilliant future of decentralized finance? Or are we just building a tower that's getting too complicated,
too complex to ever be genuinely safe? That's the billion-dollar question we all have to grapple with.